Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing really well. So today I'm gonna update you guys on some fragrances that I'm currently loving. To give you guys a little bit of context, I mention it in almost every single video, so you guys are probably super sick of me for saying it, but I feel like it's important because it really reflects the type of fragrances that I'm wearing right now. So I live in Dubai, it's summer, it's very hot. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's get into the list. Let's just go straight into it. I have some really nice fragrances here. Most of them are summer fragrances, like summer essentials, my favorites for the summer. And yeah, I just wanted to go through them with you guys. So I'm actually gonna start out with what I would currently consider to be my signature fragrance, one of, I should say, Le Papier from Diptyque. I'm sorry that I'm talking about this fragrance so much, but it truly feels like an extension of myself. Like, I know that sounds very dramatic, but it really does feel like me, and I feel so comfortable wearing this fragrance. Not only is it comforting, but I also just feel like this has become my second skin. And Le Papier, if you guys don't know, is a skin scent, but it kind of feels like an elevated version of a skin scent. Now, it's not what you think of when you typically think of those kind of skin scents like Glossier You. I feel like so many brands, and it's okay, that's what the industry is, so many brands kind of copied the DNA of Glossier You, this kind of iris, musky, pink pepper, like so many brands did that. Not Diptyque, not Diptyque. Maybe their intentions were not to create a skin scent, but this, you guys, if I could choose a fragrance for my natural skin, I would choose Le Papier. This is the most beautiful, creamy, musky, transparent, woody fragrance. It's so smooth and dreamy. And yes, it has a creepiness to it, but it's just amazing, you guys. It feels so fuzzy and warm and comforting. And really, you guys, if I could have my skin just like naturally radiating a type of scent, it would totally be this. It just is perfect to me. And I've said it a couple of times, it sounds a bit weird, but for me, this is like you just bathed a newborn baby in like a milk bath. That's what it kind of smells like. It smells like skin, very warm. There's a beautiful rice note in here. You also have sesame, musk, I think cashmere as well. It's just phenomenal. Like, I have nothing to say about this scent. When I first tried it, I thought it was so boring. Like, when I first smelled it, I was like, really, everybody's talking about this fragrance, really, it's not that good. But then I started to wear it. I bought this bottle with my own money. I started to wear it, and it really became my skin scent. This is really something that I love with all of my heart. So Le Papier from Diptyque, definitely recommend it. It's something that I just cannot stop wearing. Like, it actually goes in my bathroom cabinet. Don't store your fragrance in your bathroom, but if you have a protective like kind of closet, it's fine. Sparingly though, don't do it all the time. But I just love this one. I wear it out of the shower. I wear it when I don't know what to wear, and I love it so much. So Le Papier from Diptyque. The next fragrance is something that I never thought that I would own. And I have to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure I would have bought this fragrance with my own money, but I was sent it. This is Tom Ford Neroli Portofino Parfum. Now, oh, why is it not focusing? Hello, there we go. So Tom Ford Neroli Portofino Parfum. Guys, this actually just happened in the last like 2 weeks. I hope that you guys share my excitement right now, because I have been reviewing fragrances for a long time, you know, longer than most people on social media, because I started when it was a much smaller niche. So I was one of the first people alongside a lot of others. Obviously there were people before me, but I was one of the first. And I have never been sent a Tom Ford fragrance from Tom Ford or any of the Estee Lauder brands, to be fair. And just last week I got a package and it was like from Estee Lauder, and I was like, what? What is this? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe the day has finally come where I'm getting something from the Estee Lauder group, and it was Tom Ford. I actually got as well Vanilla Sex as well. I don't know if I can say that. And I got Neroli Portofino Parfum. So I hope that you guys share my excitement, because like I said, I've been in this game for a long time, and there are still some brands that don't send me anything. Like, there's a lot of brands, actually, I shouldn't even say that. There's a lot of brands, and I don't mind. I'm not in this just to get free bottles. That's not what I do it for at all. But it's just like this kind of thing that I was like, it brought some excitement to me. So I was very happy. So Neroli Portofino Parfum. You guys know, if you follow me, that neroli and me have been a journey. I hated the notes for many, many years up until about a year and a half ago when I started to kind of crave this really kind of classic fresh DNA. I just love the way that neroli smells now. If you had asked me this 5 to 8 years ago, I would have said not at all. I don't like the smell at all of neroli, but I have gotten used to the scent and I have come to appreciate it a lot and truly enjoy the way that it smells. And I love it now, especially in the hot, humid weather. Neroli for me is such a beautiful bitter green floral note. Although I don't think it's for everyone, I really advise you guys, if there are notes or certain fragrances that you didn't like several years ago or several months ago, always try to revisit those specific fragrances or notes, because you may find that your nose has developed and your taste has evolved to the point where maybe you will enjoy those sort of things, you know? So for me, neroli is exactly that. I didn't like it and now I love it. Up until now, my favorite neroli dominant scent was white neroli from Mise en Serre, but I am so happy to have this fragrance, you guys. I've only owned it for, like I said, like a week, and both Pierre and I have been wearing this almost every single day because we love it, and it might even come on vacation with me this summer because the bottle is small, perfect for traveling, and it just is so good. This is a very straightforward neroli fragrance. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's fresh, it's bitter, it's green, it's floral. There's some soft citruses in there, some musk maybe, but it's just so beautiful, you guys. I have to be honest with you guys because I am always really honest with you guys. I'm not sure if I would have bought this fragrance if it wasn't sent to me, because like I said, I already have neroli fragrances in my collection and I already kind of have my go-to like straightforward neroli scent. But with that being said, I am so happy to have this, and I 100% will drain this entire bottle probably this summer, to be honest with you guys. But I just want to tell you that because I think it's important to be transparent about what I probably would purchase or wouldn't purchase with my own money, and I'm not sure that I would because the longevity is not that good on Neroli Portofino. I don't know why, because even the Parfum, it does last longer than the original Neroli Portofino. Definitely on my skin, I probably get around 5 hours of decent wear, but for me it's still pretty weak as a fragrance. So all of that being said, I love the scent. I am so happy to own it. I cannot tell you guys how much, and so excited that I got a fragrance from Tom Ford, but I'm not sure I would have purchased it, but I'm so happy to have it. Okay, talking about the new Soradora, I have it right here, and you guys, I am obsessed with this fragrance. I'm gonna show you guys now. It is called Elop. Now, I'm gonna say something, and it's not, I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. This to me is definitely the most refined Soradora within the collection. For me, Elop is so smooth and very seamless, and it just hits for me. It just hits for me. If you don't know how this fragrance smells, it is a beautiful apricot and tea fragrance. It is so gorgeous, you guys. So smooth, slightly sweet, very apricot-y and fuzzy and warm, but it has a freshness to it. It has the tea note. It is just so beautiful. You have in here some osmanthus, which even further emphasizes that apricot note, because if you guys don't know, osmanthus is a floral note, but it smells very apricot-y. So you definitely have that apricot vibe, but not too much to the point where it smells like sickly sweet, like sticky apricots. Not too much at all. It's very smooth, like I said, and very well done. The tea works so beautifully in harmony with the apricot. You have a bit of rosemary, a bit of apple, you have almond, vanilla. I feel a lot of like, I don't know, it's just phenomenal. You do get a slight, very slight, take this with a grain of salt, what I'm gonna say, an ever so subtly like pastry vibe, but very much underneath and just like a dash. But it really is not a gourmand scent. This is not gourmand to me. This is not edible, too sickly sweet. It is the type of sweet-ish fragrance that you can wear all year long in summer, autumn, winter, spring. But myself, I think that this fragrance is for the summer. This is like a beautiful apricot, sunny tea fragrance for the summertime. It's so beautiful, you guys. And each time I've worn it, I've gotten a compliment from Pierre and from somebody from Simrise when I had a meeting there. I will say the only thing that I do want to tell you guys is that the longevity and projection is not the same as other Sorodura scents. It is definitely more of a subtle fragrance, more of an intimate scent. I get around 6 hours of decent wear, 6 to 7 hours, I would say, with a very soft projection. You do get a nice projection in the first couple of minutes, I would say, that you're wearing it, but then it definitely sits closer to the skin. It's not a bad lasting fragrance by any means, but I'm just telling you guys that it is softer. But for me, this is perfect. Like, I almost don't want this fragrance to be a beast mode scent or something overpowering, because then I feel like it would ruin how beautiful and smooth and just seamless this fragrance is. It's so gorgeous, you guys. I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. And take my advice, wear this in the summertime. It is beautiful and it really shines off of your skin in the summer. If you are somebody that likes Amouage Sunshine, I feel like you will like this. And if you are somebody who doesn't like Amouage Sunshine because of that tobacco note that some people think smells like cigarettes, try Elop, because in here you have that same sort of vibe, like this beautiful apricot-y smooth scent, but you don't have that white tobacco in here. And it's not as sweet as Amouage Sunshine. It's not that spicy kind of tobacco-ish sort of thing. It's very smooth, so definitely check this one out. I love it so much. Next up, we're going to talk about my favorite tropical floral. This is Solaris from Penhaligon's. Yes, I said it. This is actually my favorite tropical floral, you guys. I love Solaris, and I have since I got it into my collection. I mentioned it on TikTok, but I wore this fragrance all last summer, and I took it with me to Corsica and to Sardinia. Pierre and I, we took 5 days. I invited us both to go to Sardinia, and it was just amazing. Like, I have the best memories from being in Sardinia. It was so beautiful. If you're Italian, I loved Sardinia so much, and I really want to go back actually. And I wore Solaris throughout the entire time that I spent there. And now whenever I smell it, it brings me back to Sardinia. Solaris, for me, is really the perfect tropical floral. One of the most perfect tropical florals in my eyes, because of how well balanced this scent is. It has a certain freshness on top. I think you have some neroli and a little bit of citrus on top, so you definitely get this kind of green, slightly bitter neroli on the opening. But then as it starts to settle, you get tiare flower, ylang ylang, some vanilla, and it's just so beautiful. You do have a slight kind of sweetness running through the scent from the vanilla, but it's very smooth and it's very well done. And what I love about this fragrance is how balanced it is. Sometimes tropical florals just go super creamy, like really, really creamy, or they're really, really sweet. This is the perfect balance of everything. You have the freshness, you have that creamy tropical floral vibe, and you have a slight sweetness. It's just so beautifully balanced, and I love it so much. And I totally recommend you guys to check this one out. If you're a fan of tropical florals, take this one or try this one this year and take it on your vacation with you, because it's just beautiful. The only thing, once again, that lets down this fragrance is the longevity. For me, Solaris lasts around 6 hours, I would say, on my skin, around that mark, with a okay projection. Like, people can smell you when you first apply it, but then it starts to settle and dissipate pretty quickly. But once again, I don't really care. Like, I don't care at all. I love the way that it smells. I'm not somebody who is super disturbed by the longevity and projection of a scent. Okay, if you're paying like $500+, it better freaking last. But for me, it's not the most crucial point of a scent. I do like when people can smell my fragrance. Like, you guys know I love Bianco Latte, I love Vibrato. Those are super strong fragrances, but it's not going to stop me from enjoying other scents that don't maybe last as long. So I love Solaris. It is so, so, so beautiful, and I really recommend it to you guys to try for the summer. So next up we have Tilia from Marc-Antoine Barrois. You guys, this has become my other signature scent at the moment. I actually blind bought this fragrance when it first landed in Dubai. I blind bought it, never smelled it. I just had this feeling that I was gonna love this scent based off of the notes, but also because of this fragrance house. I really like Marc-Antoine Barrois because the brand has a very strong identity and they're very, very creative. I feel like they're not kind of launching things in the little box of what's acceptable. They're playing, they're creating, they're doing something different. Whether you like the fragrances or hate them, I don't like Ganymede, it's not for me. but you have to respect the fact that the guy is trying stuff. Like, he's really trying, and I really respect that, especially in today's market. Like, not many brands, especially new brands, are experimenting, and that's what I like about this house. So I knew that I would like this one. It's their first like female dominant scent, and Tilia is beautiful, you guys. If you don't know how it smells, this is the most beautiful, very clean and airy, almost linen type of floral with some transparent woods, and it's just beautiful, you guys. You have linden blossom in here, which is a yellow floral, but it has like a clean yellow floral vibe. You have Georgie wood, which is a captive from Givaudan. You have heliotrope, which, as you guys know, is like this almondy floral note, and it's just so beautiful. Very clean, floral, but in an unassuming way. You have this beautiful kind of airy, woody vibe, like this kind of airy, transparent woods, you know? It's just so, so beautiful, you guys. I love this one. And I mentioned it a couple of times, but Givaudan also created La Perle de Possibilities. That's from Givaudan, that fragrance. And there is a note that is in common in these fragrances with Tilia and Possibilities, and I think it's the Georgie wood, because there is something that is similar about them. Don't get me wrong, they do not smell the same. Don't go out and blind buy Tilia because you like Possibilities. It doesn't work like that, but there is something in common with those two scents, and I think it must be the Georgie wood or one of the Givaudan captives that is in both of those scents that make it feel like those fragrances are from the same house. So yeah, I love it so much. The only thing, once again, I'm going to say is that for me personally, the longevity is not really good. I get around 5-6 hours of wear with this one, but I do maybe feel like I go anosmic to it, because a lot of people, I saw some reviews on Sniff, etc., that people say that it's really strong. So don't take my word for it, you have to try it yourself. But in my experience, this fragrance is like really not strong on my skin, but I don't really care. Once again, like, I love the way that it smells. It really feels like easy to wear. Like, this is an easy, breezy, airy floral that is just clean and beautiful and transparent, and I just love wearing it. So I don't really care about the longevity. I love the scent. It really has become somewhat of a signature for me, and yeah, I love it. So Tilia from Marca Tomberois, it's new to my collection. I bought it like maybe 2 months ago, and I haven't stopped wearing it since I got it, so love it so much. Next up, we have another skin scent that I bought recently, and I love it so much. I don't love it as much as Le Papier, I have to be honest with you guys, but I love it, and it stays once again in my bathroom, and I wear it mostly in the morning time. This is another 13 from Le Labo. Now, it took me a long time to purchase this fragrance because I feel like Le Labo, their prices are pretty crazy for what you're getting. Like, honestly, you guys, I feel like the prices are unjustifiable, but whatever. At some point, if I want a fragrance and I have wanted it for a long time, I'm going to get it. So I have wanted to get another 13 since a really long time, maybe like 3 years. It's been on my radar, and sorry, I was just smelling it. I sprayed it on the back of my hand, and this is really, really beautiful. Like I said, in terms of a skin scent, I don't love it as much as Le Papier. For me, Le Papier is the top tier of skin scents, but it is really interesting, this fragrance. You have a lot of ambroxan in here, like a lot. You also have pear, amberette, which is like this kind of sweet musky note, and you also have, I think, moss and some woods, and it is super, super interesting, this fragrance. I also myself pick up on like a vetiver note, because it almost feels not kind of earthy in a way. It could maybe be the moss that's in here, but I definitely pick up something a little bit earthy, sweet, with a lot of ambroxan and some musk, of course, as well. But it's very, very interesting. It's a really nice fragrance. I'm yet to receive like compliments on this scent, because, you know, I hear people when they wear another 13 that get stopped on the street, chased down, this and that. For me, it hasn't happened. I don't think it's going to, but I don't care. This scent was for me because I wanted to have it. And I really am in an era where I'm really enjoying my skin scents, because like I said, for the billionth time, it's so hot right now, and it's kind of a category of fragrances that I'm really starting to enjoy a lot, is that kind of second skin fragrances. Whether I layer something on top or I just wear that, it doesn't matter, but I am really enjoying them. Whereas in the past, I used to think skin scents were absolutely useless, but I am really enjoying them at the moment. So another 13, I bought it, I love it, I think it's fantastic. Not as good as Le Papier, but I do really enjoy this one. This one is more, I don't know how to explain it, but it's very, very interesting. I really like this one a lot. I have a new obsession, you guys. It is this fragrance from Rawling. This is called Tanger or Tanger. I don't know if they want you to pronounce it with the French accent, but let's say Tanger. I don't know. Tanger. This, guys, is amazing. Like, I'm just gonna say it. This is amazing. This is amazing. Why did nobody tell me that I needed this fragrance sooner? This is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Oh my gosh, I adore this fragrance. It is so, like, nuanced. There is so many different things that you smell in this fragrance, and it just works so well. I was actually just looking on Sniff because I kind of knew a little bit about the notes of this scent. Like, it has some citrus, a bit of vanilla, maybe some spice, but I was just curious, and you feel almost every aspect of this scent when you spray it. You have bergamot and mandarin, which you feel both of them. You have vanilla, moss, rose, neroli, ylang ylang, amber, some resins, and cashmere. You definitely feel the freshness in this scent, especially when you first spray it. You get these juicy citruses like mandarin and bergamot. But as it starts to settle, you feel this kind of seductive kind of sweetness coming out from some vanilla and amber, and you get this kind of resinous vibe. Like, it is definitely in there. You definitely feel it. And it's just beautiful, you guys. It's fresh, yet slightly sweet, yet slightly ambery, yet slightly wood. It's just everything. And I really am shocked by this fragrance. I need to wear it more because I only received it about 3 weeks ago. And you guys, I've probably worn it about 6 times since I received it, which is a lot considering how many fragrances that I have. That's why I'm putting it in this list, because I am obsessed with this fragrance, absolutely obsessed with it. And I think it's amazing. So I need to get to know it more so I can give you guys a better review. But this is just gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. I love the contrast of all of the notes in here. It doesn't feel too sweet, doesn't feel too overly fresh, like a citrus fragrance. It doesn't feel overly anything. Like I said, it's very well balanced, very well executed, and very nuanced, which I absolutely love about it. Like, I'm very impressed with this scent. I absolutely love it, and it smells fantastic. Each time I've worn it, it's lasted on my skin around 6-7 hours. So okay longevity, not incredible, but definitely better than some other Rawling scents. This one is beautiful. Tanger from Rawling, Tanger. Next up, we have a fragrance that I love, but I feel like I'm alone in this love, except for Pierre and like one other person that I know. This is Eau de Californie from Celine. Now, guys, this is mostly a fragrance that I would typically recommend to men. And I'm telling you ladies that because I don't want you to go out and like blind buy and get a sample and expect to love this, because this is quite a masculine scent. And if I had smelled this a couple of years ago, I would have literally smelled it and been like, oh, that's for a man, like that's not for me. But you guys know me, I like to wear everything. Like recently I'm wearing Bleu de Chanel a lot and Amoureuse Homme from MFK. Like I like to wear a lot of different fragrances. And this for me is unisex, but leaning slightly masculine. Eau de Californie is this beautiful Palo Santo fragrance, but fresh. I feel like Palo Santo in perfumery, a lot of the time it's paired with more Middle Eastern type of notes like oud, Palo Santo, or like Labdana, Palo Santo, to make it kind of more rich, more deep, more creamy, more everything. Whereas in Eau de Californie, you're getting more of a fresh aspect of Palo Santo. You have bergamot, you have Palo Santo, you have orris root, which brings this beautiful creaminess to the scent, but not too much. It's very woody, has the freshness. Oh my God, you guys, like I cannot tell you how much I love this. Like, I'm sorry for the reaction, but it just actually reminded me of something. When we were in Australia at the end of last year, there was the hotel that we stayed at called the QT in Sydney, and it had a smell in their lobby, and it smells like Eau de Californie, and it just reminded me, and I loved the smell. Every time I would walk into the lobby, I would be just enveloped with this gorgeous, like woody, sexy vibe, and it was like Eau de Californie. So for me, this is a sexy, fresh, woody, creamy, just divine fragrance, you guys. I love it so much. Beautiful scent, lasts a long time on the skin. This is probably the only one in this list that is super long lasting. For me, I get around, I would say 8 hours of really good wear with Eau de Californie, with a pretty good projection too. So I love it. I mostly recommend it to men, but if you're a woman that likes to play with the kind of androgynous sort of fragrances, try out Eau de Californie. Maybe you will like it, but you do have to like Palo Santo because it is very present in this scent. Next up, we have 28 from Orme Paris. I love this brand. I think it's a very like French chic, very contemporary, very beautifully executed. And this fragrance is, oh my God, happiness in a bottle. This is happiness in a bottle for the summertime. 28 is another one of my like kind of almost perfect tropical floral scents. This is just beautiful. 28 to me is this luxury niche version of Nuxe body oil. If you guys know Nuxe body oil, I love Nuxe body oil. I love the smell of Nuxe. It brings me immediately to the south of France. Whenever I smell a Nuxe product or something that smells like that, I am mentally transported to the south of France. And for me, 28 is the niche equivalent to Nuxe. So this is a beautiful, as you can imagine, creamy, slightly sweet, beautiful tropical floral. I think you have orange blossom, maybe ylang ylang tiare flower, all of those sort of vibes in here. Like once again, a tropical floral is a tropical floral. They're usually containing more or less the same notes. You really get that monoid oil smell in here though. And it's just so beautifully done. It's fresh, it's floral, it's slightly sweet, slightly musky. It's just beautiful. It really transports me to the south of France, and this fragrance especially. Solaris, it transports me to Sardinia because of the memories I have. This fragrance immediately transports me to the south of France. It's just beautiful. Longevity projection on this scent though is not the best. I get around 5 hours of okay wear with a very soft projection. So keep that in mind. It is pretty expensive, but the longevity, it could be much better. I feel like that would be good feedback for the brand because this scent is phenomenal, but the longevity is not that good. But nonetheless, I still love it. I still will wear it. And Orme, they make beautiful travel sizes of their fragrance. So I think I will get a travel size to take with me on vacation this summer because this is just so beautiful. Finally, we have something totally different for this list. This is Sugar Leather by Une Nuit Nomade. I adore this fragrance. I'm wearing it a lot recently, and this is super sweet. Like this is a very, very sweet fragrance. Not to the point where it makes me feel sick or it's cloying. This is beautifully executed. What you're gonna get with Sugar Leather is a DNA that is similar to Ombre Narguilé, Eau Jaune by Parfum de Marly, this kind of apple pie, cinnamon, sweet, angel share even. That's what you're kind of gonna get with this scent, but this is my current obsession. Like I love this fragrance. It smells fantastic. You have cinnamon, you have plum, you have caramel, you do have leather, but I don't know why I don't pick up really any leather in this fragrance. Like for me, this is a gourmand scent. This is something that is delicious, delectable, but not to the point where it smells too much like food. Like you don't smell cloying and too much. Like it doesn't smell too much. It's kind of just perfectly there. And I love this fragrance. It's super addictive on my skin. I always get a compliment when I wear this one, you guys. Like this right now is one of my highest compliment getters of the fragrances that I'm currently wearing. I don't know why people love this fragrance, and I love layering it with Silky Woods from Goldfield and Banks for like an extra like explosion. It is just fantastic. Cinnamon, labdanum, plum, vanilla, caramel. It is really, really, really good, you guys. I absolutely love this one. Highly recommend it. And I really like this brand, Une Nuit Nomade. I feel like once again, they're quite a creative brand that are not necessarily creating things that stay in the little box of what's, you know, best for the market these days. They are trying to push the boundaries a little bit. Sugar Leather, like I said, it's not a groundbreaking DNA, but it is definitely my favorite of those DNAs right now, and I absolutely love it. So I recommend if you guys like gourmand scents that are a bit more deep and ambery and sexy, please try this one. Beast mode performance, beast mode longevity, around 8 hours on my skin, 8 to 10 hours with a really good projection. So definitely recommend this one. I love it so much. Sugar Leather from Une Nuit Nomade. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about fragrances that I'm currently loving. I feel like there was not many. I didn't want to like just put in a few fragrances that I wore like twice or something like that. I felt like it was not genuine, but these are really fragrances that I'm absolutely obsessed with right now. I can't stop wearing, and most of them were very summery, so you can tell. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.